Hi guys, Dongi for tuning into the group, the channel, and let me sharpen my knife. Before I chop up a couple of slices of that high quality beef joint. I like my steak thick, and this is how we're gonna handle this. Lovely, eh? Let's have another one. Yeah, I would say that will do me for today, and maybe even that one. It's decent. I mean, it's almost an inch, so that's how I like it. I mean, if you have it like very thin, then it's not proper. It's not the proper way to do it. But if you have this like 250-300 grams. Now that's a decent slice, so is that, and I back it up with this one. Let me put a little bit of seasoning on the top to show you how it's done. In the old days, people said don't put the salt on it, you have to season it later, but that's all Mickey Mouse dangly do. Absolutely not a problem. Just whack on it plenty of ground pepper. Don't be shy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then of course ground bit of sea salt. Just bear with me for a second, please. And of course we've got here some sea salt. Always use sea salt. Don't save on the salt, it's cheap anyway, and it's very good stuff. I'm sorry for the delays, but of course I need to open up a can of beer to cue me in for the session properly. Here we go. Now normally one of those steaks should sort a decent person out for a day, but I'm gonna have to, for good measure. End of the day is Sunday and my son is 3 weeks old, so I think it's a time for a little celebration. Twenty people tuned in permanently. Now this cooking show might actually go somewhere. And now to round it up the whole thing, I'm gonna use a little bit of mixed herbs just on the top of it, not too much, but still it gives it a little edge. Yesterday we had the pork belly. I hope you enjoyed the show. Today we're gonna steak. I appreciate we are quite meat orientated, but wer arbeitet muss auch essen. And if you don't wake up in the morning, at least you know the reason why you kick the bucket. So you have to be smart about it. And of course I already prepared the salad. It goes without saying. I mean, I won't eat that amount of meat without having some decent salad going on. And the whole thing will be done with potato puree. Now bear with me for a second. I will have to turn the camera towards the hob so you can see the full show. I'm using this cast iron pan which I purchased at Lidl, half price, because I think a little bit of color was knocked off. It's normally like 30 or 40 quid. And I'm gonna swing the camera towards the oven, towards the hob, so you can see what's going on. Off we go, and the light as well, so we've got some nice quality pictures coming towards your way. Right, I think that will do the job handsomely. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. I resigned as administrator today because I am focusing on the bigger picture, and I am going to open up a website, and I find the man who is going to help me last night, and there's no need for me to run the group anymore, because I'm going to run the web page for the group. I've got very qualified people who can run the group just as me. And with James McConnell, check out his work. He's a software engineer, web designer and developer. He writes his own software, and if you have any issues with computers and web pages, he's the man to approach, and he's gonna work with us to create a decent web page where we can put the group into perspective. Now, this pan would need a little while to heat up. Normally I prefer to cook on gas, but unfortunately I've got here only an electro hob available, which is not ideal, so please bear with me until that gets hot. I mean, it's a very thick metal, so it will take some time to warm up. James, don't worry about it, mate. This is just the beginning. We have a long way to go, and we go there, but I cannot deal with being an admin anymore. I still do my cooking, because obviously I need to feed my big eating habits, but I will not be able to tell people to read descriptions and rules. We have very, very amazing people with Vanessa, Horn, and several others. Maybe I don't want to name everybody by name, maybe they feel a bit uncomfortable about that, but they can run the group perfectly fine, and we agree on something, and everybody who chips in, everybody who contributes will enjoy thousands of people. We're gathering 1,000 people a day, which is actually quite scary. By tonight we're expecting 60,000 people in the group, and yeah, the sky's the limit. So for me it's time to concentrate on the big picture and to come up with something where we can help the people more, and where we can actually make our group members put our group members in the position where they can sell the items. Now, Mia, thank you for the question. Unfortunately, that pan is still not ready yet, but since I like my steak bloody, just like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, the blood must literally come out of the steak. I'm going to do 2 minutes on each side, and then I'm going to cut into it, and I'm going to see how it develops. So basically 2 minutes on each side for steak this size. I mean, this is almost an inch. So I mean, I haven't got a measurement, but this is a heavy. This is a 300 grams of meat. Now I'm gonna have 2 of those, so it's gonna definitely sort me out for tonight. Yeah, so that pan is ready, and now I'm going to pour in a glass of beer. To make sure it definitely tastes great, and then we can start with the progress. A bottle of red wine is already opened up for breathing it. Right. The beer is poured, and now be ready. 31 people tuned in, and this is where the magic happens, guys. Be excited. Come on. Check this out. Oh, can you hear the sound? Nicely laid. And we're gonna put in a second one as well for good measure. Right, and now it's time to start the clock. Clock started. Is going to be rare, very close to blue, so it's basically almost rare. Very important is, and I cannot stress it too much, for turning, do not use this kind of tools. Now this is a barbecue tool, but for the rare steak, if you want to do it rare, never ever use this, because when you punch this steak, all the juice, all the blood, which makes it nice and soft, will run out. So use something like this, and then you will not damage that steak. You can use a piece of wood. I call it piszkafa. It's Hungarian. I mean, now this is from the Isle of Wight, but the word piszkafa, and you can tuck it down a little bit. Yeah, it's not a problem. Just nice and gently, just the way you would touch a woman. Yeah, just put it down a little bit. And we've got 1 minute and 30 seconds, but since it's too rare. As I said, I don't mind. I would be happy to eat it completely rare, but I don't want to push it too hard. Now we're coming up to 2 minutes. You need to be patient. This is what it is. The hob is still on number 6. It's whacking it as hard as it can. And since I have another minute left, I'm gonna enjoy a nice and tasty cold beer. And thank you very much for tuning into the group. Please add some friends, invite some friends. Let's hit 60,000 today. We are the best group on Facebook, with the nicest people on Facebook, and we would like to keep it that way. Right, 30 seconds before the 3 minutes mark. I push it down a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Push it down a bit more. Here, this is just absolutely lovely. I mean, if I could send you the smell, you would be in my mercy forever. Right, 3 minutes is gone. And now you're going to turn it. Yeah, now we're gonna turn this thing. Look at this. Look at this. Now this is nicely sealed. Everything, the whole juice, the whole vitamins, everything is gonna be inside. As you can see on the pan, there's not a drop of water, nothing. Obviously make sure you never use any oil or anything on this. That needs to go straight. And as I can feel, the 3 minutes hit it quite hard. So the other side, I'm not gonna leave it for another 3 minutes, because I don't like it medium. And I don't like it well done. I mean, medium I would eat it, but if you want to eat the steak well done, you might as well get some chicken breast. You know, I mean, let's face it. Okay guys, and we are coming up now for the 2 minutes. Mia, you can do your dinner later. That's quite alright. And a little bit of magic, which I showed last time, but I'm happy to repeat, because obviously now different people watching different videos. Now when you're done with this, you know, put that a little bit on side. Obviously switch off that whole thing. Put that on here, and now check this out. And this is really important. You take a little bit of this foil, put the steak on it, cover it up. They say 10 minutes, but I don't like it for 10 minutes because it's too much. I only like it for 5 minutes. But let it rest. Let it just rest. Put it on one side, and it will kick out some juice, which you will be able to use on the top of it. Now here's the second one. Here we go. Yeah. Let's put it on side. If you wonder what the hell it is, it doesn't burn. This is silicone. This is silicone. This has 250 degrees. No problem. It's not burning. It's not plastic. It's awesome. Right, and now I'm gonna use the heat to warm up my puree, which I already prepared. My potato puree. While the meat on side, as you can see, is resting. Now we can remove this. That doesn't have a Right, and this rest heat from the hob is happily warming up the puree, which I'm gonna eat with the steak. And for very good measure, I'm gonna put a couple of fried eggs on the top to make sure my cholesterol pill definitely has work to do tonight. So that's the cholesterol regulator, the worst thing you can eat if you have cholesterol. I have 8.5, but then again, as I said, if I wake up tomorrow and I don't remember anything, at least I've got the proof on the video that I had a decent meal. Right. That puree is lovely. That now can go inside. I'll put back the heat for the eggs. For the eggs, you need to use a little bit of oil, of course, and a lot of people dropped out, but we had an absolute maximum of 33 people watching at one time. I would say that's not too bad. Hence, I started my cooking show a couple of days ago. Well, let's say a week. We're almost there. Bear with us, you will not regret it. Again, for the people who tuned in a little bit later, this is the salad that I have the perfect excuse that I can have the steak. Yeah, it's not. There's plenty of ingredients in here too. Now this is ready. A little bit of oil. It's a non-stick, but it's a very old equipment, so it would stick. So the oil sorts it out. There you go. Fried eggs on the steak. Wow. Yeah, and to prepare that whole meal, it cost me around £2, because of course I buy my steaks in the right moment, at the right time, in the right shop. There is also a video, you can check it out, how to live for free, and it's still a perfectly good meat, nothing wrong with it. And 1.5 kilos of that meat cost me £5. So for £5, normally you get a McDonald's burger, which is rubbish. Right, that's what it is. A little bit of sea salt, and we're almost there. Those steaks are still resting, as you can see, hidden there. And whenever that egg is ready,